Artist Janette Parris is in Cardiff to curate a special exhibition for museums at night. She'll be taking her inspiration from everyday objects in the Cardiff Story Museum, donated by members of the public.
I like the Cardiff Story Museum because it tells the story of Cardiff, the history of Cardiff, the history of the local people of Cardiff.
Janette has asked more than 40 artists to create works of art based on objects in the museum.
This object here, which is a jambaya and belt, which is a Yemeni dagger, is one of my favourite objects in the museum. And it's about two cultures mixing.
She's going to write a song about the dagger to be performed for museums at night.
We donated the dagger as a reminder of the Yemeni community that were here in the early 1930s. My dad came, settled down, saved up a few shillings and opened up his own cafe and restaurant. He met my mum, they got married. My mother's family wasn't too happy because he was a foreigner. But once they got to know him, they accepted him and they took to him.
This object here, I gave to the artist Brian Chalkley to recreate. A few years ago, he created an alter ego called Dawn, and he now goes by the name of Brian Dawn Chalkley.
This is a really interesting project because it does relate to my transgender alter ego, and a feather headdress is a fantastic thing. The real sensuality about it is really extraordinary, and I think painting the beauty and the sensualness of the feathers and the softness of it, and something you really want to wear. Basically, I'm going to have this image floating in the sky, kind of like a sort of feather headdress come slightly alien creature maybe, has come down to Earth to visit us and to show off all its glory and charm and beauty of the headdress that's actually in that piece of beautiful sort of ballet.
A doll that miraculously survived a German bombing in World War II is the next object to get an art makeover.
Dolls and clowns in general and all that kind of stuff creep me out a little bit, so it's going to be a bit of an odd experience having to stare at it for 2 or 3 hours to recreate his face. I mostly specialise in creating iconic pop culture and celebrity imagery using everyday items that you find around the house, so it could be food products such as the toast. I'm actually going to use a blowtorch to burn Pete's face into the toast, like this, and it would make something like the pupil of his eye. And then with a lot more detail, you could get the rest of the eye, the nose, and the rest of his face.
Janette has chosen a film about a local legend to inspire her other piece of work.
Oh, here it is. Happens to be on. That's very fortunate. This is about Tommy Letton, a local character who was a fishmonger up until the age of 82.
He loved the dogs and the people. He loved every one of them. Tom, do you want a cup of tea? Tom, do you want this? They're so kind. It was just like going from home to home. It wasn't like going through to work. And he would pick up different languages, and eventually he was quite good. And he was quite good at Arabic. He even had to go at Chinese. He even had to go at that.
Janette is turning Tommy's story into a cartoon, voiced by the comedian Mel Gedroych.
You hear the call of the sea, you just have to go. I'll do that again. Sea is quite a hard word to say in Welsh. Sea. How would Richard Burton say it?
The big night is fast approaching and local musicians and singers are rehearsing Janette's song about the Yemeni dagger.
I'm so tired, I've come a long way. A slight promise of a better payday. It's hard getting used to the life.
The new contemporary works of art are now ready to take their place in the museum's display cabinets.
To
Although it is a contemporary painting, it's got some kind of very traditional aspects about it. I think it's really exciting.
I just thought if I put a lot of black around the edges, it'd make quite a nice contrast with the middle, so it'd make his face stand out a lot more, and then it gives different tones and textures of the burns, so it was really great fun.
Here, the call of the sea, you just have to go. Oh, Tiger Bay, hot fish and chips on its way.
Exactly.